time for the Straight Up Wrestling Show.
What's up, everybody? It's HBT with Straight Up Wrestling Show. Guys, here live, man. Here live to rock this thing out on Wednesday night. In for the second half. Guys, I did come in when... What's going on, Lucas? I see Lucas in the house. What's up, my man? I did come in on the last match. We had Tommaso Ciampa lose his title to Kyle Fletcher. Man, I wish that wouldn't have happened. What's going on, Christine Saucy Girl? I see you in the building. Lucas said, hey, Harry. And then Zolo says, hey, Harry, what's up, Zolo? Lucas said, please don't send a link because it's a school night. I got you, brother. I just got back home from church. Okay, cool, Lucas, good. Good place to be. But, guys, man, I did not like that. Tommaso Ciampa just now lost his title to Kyle Fletcher. I think that's a little too soon. He just got the title a couple weeks ago, just showed up a couple weeks ago. They put the title on him, and now they've taken the title off of him. So, hey, that's not a good thing if you ask me, but, man, it is what it is. Yeah, no doubt about that. Amen, Lucas. But, yeah, so we just seen a change of title, which I do think is kind of early, but I can understand. I know they're going to Australia next week. So for Grand Slam, I think they will be in Australia next week. So they want Kyle Fletcher to go there as a champion. So I can understand that to a certain point, but I still think they took it off of him prematurely. They shouldn't have done that. All right, Christine Saucy Girl says, hey, Lucas. Hello, Zolo. But, yeah, they did. They took it off of him a little too early, you ask me. Even though they are going over to Saudi Arabia, they could have done that a different way. Definitely should have done it a different way, but, hey, that's wrestling today. That's wrestling. And sometimes, well, for the most part, they don't do things that make sense. It's sad. I'm watching the Ultimate Carl's Jr. in AEW Wrestling. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to clean my glasses, everybody. But, yeah, let me get you guys on. Let me get your comments up here on the screen. We got tag team action right now. I see Danny Garcia and Orange Cassidy is in the ring. Okay. I'm not sure who's teaming up with who, but I see Roger Strong out there. I'm not sure if he's teaming up with – I think he's teaming up with Cassidy. I'm not sure. Yeah, it is wrong, Christine, that they took the title off of him. It's like, okay, we brought you here to give us a pop and bring our ratings back up, and then they took the title off of him. What's up, Wesley? My man Wesley Flasky is in the building. What's going on, brother? All the way from Virginia. Come joining us. We see Danny Garcia on top of Orange Cassidy, wearing him out right now, everybody. So we do got Garcia up there doing his thing. Orange Cassidy with a drop kick. And yes, I call him Orange Kool-Aid a lot. But Orange Cassidy, I will say he does a lot of work. He definitely does a lot of work. And he always shows up and he always does what he does, man. I guess you got to give him credit for that. You can't hate on him for that. So hopefully this thing right here comes out pretty good. We are in picture. I did watch the last Dynamite, and I planned on – Marcus Miller is in the building. What's up, Marcus? Marcus says, what's up, everyone? I did plan on pretty much talking about that last Dynamite. Maybe I'll talk about it after this show right here, guys. Like I say, it's a week too late. But, man, I just haven't had the chance to really get into it, pretty much get over here and pretty much do a report on it. But I probably will go ahead and do a report on last week's Dynamite, and I got to go back and watch the first hour of this show right here. So I got a little work to do, man. But yeah, trying to catch back up with AEW Dynamite and do everything that they get back into everything that they have going on. Yeah, they're doing everything they can. I guess it's Danny Garcia and his partner. I'm not exactly sure who his partner is right now. They are pretty much wearing Orange Cassidy out. All right. Man, Marcus talking about How's Treasure Mike tonight. Man, I just now started watching it. The first match was pretty good. I do think, like I said, they messed up with taking the title off of. They took the title already off of, what is the name? Tommaso Ciampa. I don't think that was right. All right, Christine says, hey, Marcus, my man Richard Hood is in the building. What's up, Richard? Good to see you, Richard. But yeah, Ciampa, they should have kept the title on Ciampa. All right, here you go. Pockets. Orange Cassidy putting his hands in his pockets. Cracks me up when he does that, guys. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. That's all I got to really say, guys. He's been doing it for a long time, and it works for him. And the fans of AEW, AEW Dynamite or AEW in general, don't mind him doing that. So it is what it is. Look at him. Oh, he's going to. Roger tired of that silliness, man. He's tired of the silliness, and he's walking out. He is walking out. Yeah, Roger Strong just got out of there. Okay, Danny Garcia. I'm not sure who's Garcia's. Christine said, I'm good, friend. What my man Jamie Earnhardt in here saying, what up, bro? What's up, Jamie? Yeah, Marcus said Ciampa's already buried. Tony Khan for sure knows how to assassinate careers in record time. Now, people would be lucky to make it as a top act after a week. That's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, that don't make no sense what he just did. I can't believe it. Richard Hood says, Harry, I turned 1 year older yesterday. Yes, sir. Everybody says happy birthday to my man Richard Hood. Definitely happy birthday to my man Richard Hood. Yeah, I saw that your birthday yesterday. Christine says Roderick is such a ass, such a butthole. Yeah, that's just flat out crazy. But yeah, he didn't have to do that. Just up and just left. Goodness sake. Okay, Danny Garcia with a kick to the face. Richard says, thanks, no problem, Richard. Man, we pray for many more for Richard. All right, Christine Saucy Girl says, happy birthday, Richard. What in the world? Orange Cassidy fighting both men by himself, doing pretty good. Marcus says, happy birthday, Richard. Have a good one, bro. Have a good night, bro. All right, freshly squeezed won. He won, man. He took he won it by himself. I'll get that match. I'll give it 2.5 stars, guys, because Orange Cassidy was able to do it by himself. It did have some action. It was action packed. So I can't hate on it, man. That match was pretty good. It was pretty decent because, like I said, Orange Cassidy was able to handle business by himself after Roger Strong just up and decided to take off, guys. That was just crazy. And I see that Toni Storm is back to her old lady, old-timey movie lady thing. All right. My man Mag Magnum is in the building. Mag says, greetings, Harry, in the straight-up wrestling universe. What's up, Mag? Mag, come in here and say happy birthday to my man Richard. We wishing. All right, Mag did say that. So Mag says, "Happy birthday, Richard." But Richard, we hope, man, that hey, the rest of your birthday. I mean, it was yesterday, but man, hey, we hope that you playing out this whole week with your birthday, man. It's something. It's pretty special to go. You're gonna celebrate that for the first couple of weeks. You know, make it here. Hey, man, God bless you. You know, hey, and we want to continue to see it on, and hopefully we see each other here, man, for a good bit of years. All right, Marcus says that's what Tony Khan does. He either have a person on their debut. Man, I'm going to have to clean my glasses. Challenge or win a belt, then tosses, then it's straight to transition or whatever, or Ring of Honor for the rest of the contract. It's sad. Yeah, I mean, trash collision, a collision. Yeah, that's horrible, man. That's all I gotta say. It's horrible that he went ahead and took the belt off of Tommaso Ciampa that fast. I'm gonna get back to it. I want to listen to Tony Storm. I would put my headphones in, guys, but I just haven't had the time to do that. Man, she is a trip. Yeah, Mag, no doubt. Old-timey movie lady. No doubt. What the heck? Wheeler Yuta. Man, gosh. All right. Marcus says, Magnum, what's up, brother? Richard says, thanks, everybody. Hey, you definitely welcome, Richard. You definitely welcome, man. Have a great one. All right. Mag says, greetings, Marcus. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Christine Saucy Girl, I love Tony Storm. Yeah, I like her too. Old-timey movie lady is pretty entertaining. Marcus says, ooh, Harry, give me a shout out for making a good prediction. So I told everyone Roman was winning to face Punk and Lil wins too. I'm pretty good at this. Yeah, you are pretty good at that, Marcus. You are pretty good at that. Congratulations, man. Hey, you continue to make these good predictions. Will Rally Sport is in the building. What's up? Will Rally Sport says, hi, Harry. All right, Mag is a thumbs up or what? Fingers up. Whatever. Don Callis, it's too much. It's too much. That family is too much. That faction is too big. All right, that was a weird crap booking decision to give Ciampa the title for a couple weeks. Exactly. Didn't take it off him. I hope Stat still champ by end of week. Stat? Who? Okay, Will Rally Sport. I need you to make a confirmation on what you were just saying there. I couldn't comprehend that. Marcus says, Tony Storm character. I understand what you're saying, but that one word in there. Tony Storm character sucks. No development at all. Just the same crap she's done since quitting WWE or 2021. It pretty much works over there, Marcus. I gotta say that it worked. It's been working, man. Even though I didn't like it at first. And my man Christopher Burton, he's in a meeting right now. Christopher's supposed to have been on. We was in court. He had to go to traffic court a little earlier today. Got that thrown out, thank goodness. But we was the last ones in there. So we sat in there for hours, man. We was in there for about 4 hours. They didn't even have him on the docket. And that was horrible. That was horrible. But he was able to get out of it because it was something crazy from, after his mom passed. It's something that passed on to him. They was trying to get him to pay his mom's EMS bills. And so they was holding up his sticker for his car, for his tag. It's weird, but yeah, you got thrown out. Thank goodness. All right, let's see. Will Rally Sport, not sure if you agree with Ciampa's booking. No, I don't. It's horrible. It's horrible what happened. And I mean, that's not the first thing I wanted to see. They had a good match. And one thing that I want to talk about matches, guys, I want to talk about, one thing I think will help wrestling if they get back to finishes. A finish is a finish. If they can get back to that, and it's going to take a while, if they can get back to that where a finish is a finish, I think that will help wrestling out tremendous because all these false finishes and things like that and people kicking out of everything, it just doesn't look good. But yeah, Tommaso Ciampa, he was brought in just to bring the ratings up for a week or two. And the ratings jumped, and now Tony Khan has pushed them in the back again. So this title going to end up going to Cal Fletcher, and then you're going to have maybe, you're going to have Mark Briscoe maybe getting it back or whatever, and then Tommaso Ciampa is going to have to build himself back up to pretty much take it. But they pretty much used him, man. I hate that. And Tommaso, I don't think Tommaso Ciampa is going to like it at all because Tommaso Ciampa, he wanted to have this title for a long time. It just didn't happen. Maybe he'll regain it back pretty quickly, but I'm pretty sure he did not want to pay. He did not want to play the role of switching out titles like that. He didn't want to play ping pong with those belts, man. No ends, ands, buts about it, but it happened, man. It happened, and not much we can do. But much we can do about it. So for the fans can complain, but Tony Khan gonna do what he wants to do, and that's one of the problems. Now you have these wrestling promoters doing what they want to do. It's their playground now instead of the wrestling fans. All right, Will Riley Sport. I also predicted Roman and Liv will win Rumble, and TV Time winning Chamber and Cody Rhodes 2 Chamber winners. Let's see if I'm right. Okay, we definitely will. Will Riley Sport. And you pretty good at that stuff too, Will Riley Sport. Marcus said, Will Riley Sport, Ciampa was made into a jobber after a week, so has the Rascals or two. Yeah, man, I just don't understand it. I didn't trust that. I didn't trust it from the jump. I really didn't. But I wanted to believe it. And then you had Ciampa out there talking. Like last week, he's cutting these promos and talking all tough and everything. He's going to have the belt for a long time and all that. And then, like I say, this stuff like here, this happens. It's not good. It's not a good look. I just, wow. But, man, we'll see. I hope they have something for him, man, moving forward and pretty much treat him right. But, who knows? Statlander still champ by the end of the night. Hopefully. Sorry about that. No problem. Oh, okay. Stat. Yeah, Statlander. Okay. Thank you. I guess stat is for Statlander. Thank you, Magnum. Marcus, shame on you, Christine Saucy Girl says. Saucy Girl says, yes, Mag. Okay, we have Jet and we have Mike. What is, Jeff and Mike. What is Mike's last name? I mean, Kevin Klein. And Kevin Klein, isn't he called whatever they call him, the Jet or something like that? Mike, I just don't forgot these guys' names. Okay, Jet Set Rodeo. Okay. It's hilarious. All right, Mark said, I got Bianca winning the Chamber. Cody wins the Chamber. Somehow Jacob Fatu gets added to the Drew versus Cody WWE title match in 66 nights. Okay. My man Magnum says, greetings, Christine. Cucamonga kids, man. The Young Bucks. All right. Hi, everyone in chat. What's up, Real Riley Sport? YouTube annoying that moment. Didn't realize you live, Harry. No notifications. YouTube does that annoying. Yeah, sometimes. Harry's rascals are already buried. God almighty. Yeah. Fatu. I didn't choose Bianca because her finger or knuckle a mess and not getting better. Apparently, in news, not sure when Bianca back. Hopefully soon. All right, everybody. I'm gonna go get a wipe and I'm gonna wipe my glasses because I don't like sitting here looking down deep in this. Man, that was stupid that they took it from him already. Don't like it. I don't like it either, Christine. Speedball, yeah, Speedball Mike Bailey. I don't know why in the world. I've been watching him for a long time, years, and just couldn't remember. Mag Magnum said Speedball. Thank you, Matt. All right, speedy recovery to one of my favorites in WWE, Chelsea Green. Yeah, she broke her ankle. She said earlier on social media, out for a while. Shame, she's great. Yeah, love Chelsea. I want to see Chelsea back, man. She's so good for wrestling. Yeah, the young sucks. Christine Saucy Girl said, God, nobody. Greetings will rally, Christine Saucy Girl says. What in the world? What in the world? That West, I don't know. Well, Rally Sports says, hi, Christine. Wow. This private party, they were talking about that yesterday. Chaz, give me a little white, please, for my glasses over there. Can you do that? Thank you, sir. Will Rally Sports says, greetings, Will. My son gonna bring me a white. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, Will Riley Sports says you got Statlander or Thekla, new champ. Harry, main event. Thekla. No, I don't think it's gonna be a new champ. I'm not sure. I think they're gonna Statlander is gonna. I think she's gonna hold on to the title. We'll see about that. All right, the young sucks. Laugh out loud. Your man's cracking up. So I got Private Party, Young Bucks, and who is this other team? And I know one of the guys, he was from NXT, used to be in NXT, used to be a North American champion. What is his name? Wes. I don't know. I love that dude. All right, Christine Salty Girl said, yes, sir. I get back in here. Yeah, they were talking about Private Party yesterday on the stream yesterday. Yeah, Wesley. Thank you, Mag. I couldn't think of his last name. I was like, is that Wes? Yeah, Wesley in NXT. That looked like him right there, isn't it? Will Rally Sport, Mag. Isn't that Wesley? All right, Christine Salty Girl, I'm behaving tonight, Harry. Okay. Goodness sake. Oh, look like we're going to have a mess here, guys. This look like it's going to be a mess. All right. Okay, Christine Salty Girl said, no, it isn't. So Wesley is still in NXT. Who is that dude? He looks like him. Definitely looks like him. Okay, Christine said, no, it isn't. Maybe because he got his hair kind of like what Wesley does, because he looks like somebody I've seen plenty of times before. And as far as AEW Dynamite, like I say, I just don't watch it as much as I used to. Now, Max said that is Wesley. Okay. Okay, Will Riley Sports says he's part of Rascals. Yeah, I know that for years, Harry. But yeah, okay, yeah, they was in NXT, right? Harry, three of them were in TNA, but Trey Miguel got fired by AEW, now back in TNA. Okay. Max says that is Wesley. He used to be in NXT. Yes, that's right. And Christine Saucy Girl says, are you sure, Mag? Yeah, that's definitely him. Yeah, that's Wes. Yeah, that's West, most definitely. God almighty. Man. That is Wesley. But hopefully I got yours before that. Wesley said they used to be in TNA and everything. Yeah, I know they've been around for a while as a team. But I didn't know they had all the people they added to it. Are you sure, Mag? Mag says, yes, ma'am. That's a bad boy, though. I like him. He's a great wrestler. But man, this is a little too much. Oh, God. Come on, man. Mm-hmm. Christine said, my apologies. I sit corrected. I sit corrected. Corrected. All right. Let's see. Mag says, no worries. Yeah, I wasn't sure either, Christine. I just know he looks exactly like him if it wasn't him. Boom, nice elbow. All right. Got a little bit of action going on here, guys. A lot of spot tag teams, guys that like to fly around and jump on each other, jump through the ring ropes and everything like that at each other, cutting flips. Nothing's wrong with that. To me, if you do 70%, 70 to 80% wrestling and do that, you have something fantastic and you will pretty much entertain the fans. But when that's your whole game, it's kind of it kind of like defeats the purpose. All right, my girl Alma Clark is in the building. What's up, Harry? How you doing this evening? I'm doing pretty good. Resting up some, watching Dynamite. Sorry to come in late. Took a short nap. That's okay. That's okay. I haven't been on that long, about 30 minutes. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I was gonna take a nap earlier. I did not. Me and Chris was up at the courthouse earlier today. Chris going through his, little thing, and we got that thing taken care of. But we was up there early. So yeah, I mean, I can understand that. We get older. We get to me and your age, and Mag and everybody. Hey, we slow down a little bit. There's no doubt about that. All right, Will Riley Sports says, and Christine, Private Party not having a match in AEW since 22nd January 2025. Wow, over a year ago is ridiculous by the Tony Khan. Wow, what is crazy stat they have not been injured, just not used. What is the crazy stat is they haven't been they have not been injured, just not used. Wow. You know what? WWE, they have a lot of people sitting on the sideline like that too, haven't watched and wrestled in a long time. I feel so bad for the wrestlers, Rally Sport. I really do. Christine Saucy Girl, I'm thinking of that other title. They got I'm thinking of that other little guy that flies around, the one that was, he was in WWE for a bit. You talking about Ricochet? Christine Saucy Girl says, hey, Alma. Alma says Mag says greetings, Alma. Even Mark Quinn looks a little different with his hair like that. Goodness sake. That was nice. I just wish they just don't have to do this all the time. That was nice, though. That was nice. Great execution right there from the Young Bucks. According to Christine Saucy Girl, Young sucks. No, he was Bobby Lashley's hype man for a bit. Oh, you talking about? Yeah, you talking about? Goodness sake, I know who you talking about. I can't think of his name right now, but I know who you talking about. Maybe Mag will come up with it or somebody, but we know who you talking about. Goodness. Okay, come on now. Come on. I'm having a hard time trying to score this when they're doing all that. It does not translate to points anymore. That one was okay. That was pretty good there. Okay. Yes, Leo Rush. Thank you, Alma. Thank you. That's exactly who it was, Leo Rush. But see, you have a few fans that get into this, but yeah, the fans you can't rile up a whole crowd with this stuff no more. Goodness. Can you imagine if Ricky Steamboat would have been doing this back in the day, Alma, Mag? If Ricky Steamboat would, he was a guy who got in the air a good bit. If he would, with all the skills that he had, if he would have been doing all this added to it, how exciting that would have been. But doing everything else that he did as a wrestler. See, these guys have made this right here an art. Wrestling is an art, but this is the art form that they're doing. Oh gosh, oh my gosh, God Almighty! All right, Christine said. Alma says yes, thank you. Good call, Alma. Mag says I had a brain fart. Me too, Mag. Me too. But yeah, it definitely was Leo Rush. And it's good for you to think of that, Christine Saucy Girl. To be able to get Alma to pretty much come up with that. You said, he was Bobby Lashley's hype man. And hey, it's good for you to recall that. And West is in there against people that's smaller than him. Mm-hmm. Not that many people in NXT were smaller than Wes Lee. Oh, wow. Nice. One thing I like about the Young Bucks, one thing I will say about them, they're good at what they do. They're good at that. But I think it's an over reliance of it sometimes. And with their matches, you have a lot of choreography in it. And there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you don't want to show it all. And they show every single bit of it. And you can sit there and tell that it's all choreographed. Alma said, I do know my wrestling. Yes, you do. Goodness. See, even with all this, I'm at a 2.2 with all this. Yeah, Christine Saucy Girl said I had one as well. I'm at a 2.2, guys. Hopefully they can get it up to 2.5 stars. See, what's sad about this, they're not even scoring, guys. I'm still at that 2.2. Okay, V trigger, okay. I'm basically at that 2.8, 2.9, so I'm getting up there a little bit. It's gonna end up being a 2.5 star match. All right. Okay, okay. That should be a pin. All right, Young Bucks take it. 2.5 stars, guys. I got 2.5 stars on this match. Wasn't bad. It's just that, wow. It wasn't bad, guys. I like I said, I'm just gonna roll with that 2.5 stars. All right, my girl Alma Clark says 2.5 stars. Yes, ma'am. My man Magnum says 2 to 2.5 stars. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm not gonna go no farther than that. I can roll with 2.5 stars, and they barely got to that. They barely made it to that. They had like a 2.28, 2.29, and barely creeped up to that 2.3 and made it a 2.5 stars. They did a lot of work for 2.5 stars. Yeah, man, it was a crazy match, my friend. Definitely was. We come in peace. We come in peace. Christine said, "Here we go, dip, dumb, and dumber." Why?
You guys are sitting comfortably in second place.
Second place. Sitting comfortably. You're sitting comfortably in second place. Wow.
Every company myself and Cash have worked for, we have been successful. In the case of you guys, to be successful, you had to unfortunately create your own company.
Wow.
Does that ever bother you? Because I know it would bother me.
God almighty. Look like that Mike actually smacked. What in the world? Look like that Mike actually smacked not Cash, but that's right in the doggone, right in the mouth. Yeah, but look like it. Look like that got smacked. That microphone hit him right in the mouth. Everybody. But yeah, Dax Harwood, yeah, it looked like he got popped in the mouth with that microphone. I don't know if that was actually supposed to happen like that, but it is what it is. Wow. Alma says, thank you, Young Bucks. Thank you, Young Bucks. Kick the taste out of their mouths. Oh, my gosh. All right, Alma says, I hope Saturday Wheeler Yuta gets a haircut and shave. That caveman smug. Yeah, speaking of shave, I want to shave once I get off this. I wanted to do it before I did this tonight. But I couldn't see myself letting a beard grow like that, like Wheeler Yuta. That, oh my gosh, man, I could not do that. But I appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate everybody coming in, rocking with the Straight Up Wrestling Show. You on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. You're here on YouTube, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know we're on like times like these. Guys, if you own Twitch, just like you're here on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Hey, and over on X, guys, you find us over on X. Hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet, and follow the Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. Here right now, man, you know, hey, here right now going solo without my man, Christopher Burton. Hey, we're getting through this, guys. Definitely getting through this. I do want to go over, like I said, I did watch Dynamite last week. Only thing I didn't watch was the 57-second match between Brody King and MJF. I did not watch that. I do want to go over the results of that. And I do want to go back a little bit later and watch the first hour of this show. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think probably tomorrow or whatever, I'm going to go back and I'm going to watch the first hour of this show. And then I'm going to talk about what I saw last week. And I'm going to talk about the rest of this show. So I'll probably do 2 Dynamites in a row. So maybe I'll cover that sometime tomorrow. Hopefully I don't have to do too much stuff. I'm going over to help a friend out. They got some new furniture. So go help them set up some of the furniture that they have in their house. So I'm going to go and do that. But I'm gonna try to get online, and I'm gonna talk, and I need to get some interviews in with some indie wrestlers. So I'm gonna pretty much try to be in the next few days just be randomly online. I'm definitely gonna be doing some interviews tomorrow if I get a chance to. But I'm gonna try to be randomly online and talk about a whole bunch of different stuff. I'm gonna start talking about all the news that I find anytime there's some news come out, even if it's something just like Chelsea Green's little ankle injury or whatever. Braun Breaker, the hernia injury, and talk about the impact on the business and what, the impact on the companies. So I'm definitely going to go in there and talk about that. I do need to go on. I want to talk about Tommaso Ciampa going over to AEW Dynamite, and I want to talk about Powerhouse Hobbs going over to WWE. That's something I definitely need to talk about. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow or maybe a little bit later on. I might even come back on the night, do something. I don't know. Well, Max says, Yuta looks like Captain Caveman. Anybody remember that cartoon? Captain Caveman! Yeah, I remember that. Man, Magnum, my older brother, he loved that show, man. He loved Captain Caveman. I wasn't into it that much, but it was kind of funny, especially the beginning of it. Captain Caveman, it was pretty good. The show was okay, man. It was okay. But yeah, like I say, my older brother, he loved that show. Hey, we had our differences in some of the cartoons. He's like a year and a half older than me. Something like that. He's already 60. Is he 61 yet? Well, he'll be 61 this year. But yeah, he's yeah, me and him, I'd be like, bro, I used to be telling my brother, because he the one really first got me into wrestling. I was like I say, I was 4 years old. And it was like in 1971, and my brother was watching it all the time. He was watching it when Gilligan's Island was on. He was watching wrestling. He watching wrestling. He watching the Monkeys. I didn't like Gilligan. I didn't like wrestling. I didn't like the Monkeys. He would be watching stuff that I did not like. And I'm like, turn this. And on the weekends, man, he used to like Captain Caveman. Let's see. What else did he used to like? What was that show? What was the show? The Kung Fu Dude. Hong Kong Fooey. My brother loved Hong Kong Fooey. I didn't care for Hong Kong Fooey that much. It was okay. I liked it a lot more as I got older and introduced my kids to it. I introduced my kids to a lot of the older cartoons. I introduced them to Captain Caveman and things like that. And I liked them a little bit better as I got older. But when I was like 4 years old, my brother was like 6, and he was watching these things, man. I did not like them. I didn't like them. Didn't like Gilligan's Island, but I got into Gilligan's Island and really liked it as I hung out with my aunts and uncles because, they would watch Gilligan's Island, Petticoat Junction, or what else? Andy Griffith Show, all those things that was out at that time or would come out in syndication. They would be checking that stuff out. So, I was with them at night and everything. And man, I was able to sit there with them because the love that I had for my aunts and my uncles and all them, I guess that made me, I was a little bit more patient with them. My brother me and him being close of age or whatever, and we just alike in so many different ways besides, our taste as far as in what was on TV. I mean, he loved all sports now. He's a great athlete. But my brother loved golf and tennis and things like that. I couldn't stand it. I'm like, turn that stuff. But I tell you what, I learned a lot by being around him because I knew who all the players were in every single sport, everything that was going on, man. He loved wrestling. He loved boxing. He the one got me into boxing. And eventually, like I said, I got into wrestling. It took a few years, but I was there, like I said, 4 or 5 years old, hearing all the names and peeking over there and watching it a little bit before I actually got into it when I was 8 years old. All right, Marcus says, Trashomite is born. I'm almost falling asleep. This stream is keeping me awake. I'm glad I am. Thank you, bro. As always, y'all are more entertaining than the show itself. Appreciate that. We try to be, Marcus. That's what we're here for. All right, Marcus says, Will Rally Sports, you see the vision at the chamber? I have. Max says, Hong Kong Fooey came on after Captain Caveman. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My favorite was the Super Friends. Had all of their toys. Yeah, I love the Super Friends. I love them. Fun times. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, love those Super Friends, man. And hate it when it used to go off, man. Hate it. But Super Friends was my snap. That was my thing, bro. I loved it. Loved the Super Friends. I used to love the Super Friends. What was that? Doom Buggy. Speed Racer. I used to love Speed Racer. Gold Speed Racer. The Doom Buggy and everything, man. That cool Doom Buggy. Used to love that. That was one of my favorite cartoons. And then when the Smurfs came out, I think the Smurfs came out when I was like in 5th grade or something like that. 5th, 6th grade. I got older, a little preteen or whatever, but they came out a little bit before I hit my preteens. I think maybe 11 when I was like 11 years old, 11, 12. But they came out and man, I love the Smurfs. Love the Smurfs. A lot of great cartoons, man. A lot of great cartoons back in the day. Mm-hmm. Chris Statlander is coming to the ring, everybody. Well, Chris is finally getting, she's getting her due. I definitely got to give it to her. I'm happy for her. And here against Steckler, man, that's a big lady. As far as I remember, but Chris Statlander is a big lady too. Yeah, Mag says Speed Buggy, Thunder the Barbarian. Yes. Good stuff. Oh, it's a strap match. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. I don't know about all this. But we'll see. If it ain't Wahoo McDaniel, this type of match, an Indian strap match, if it ain't Wahoo McDaniel in one of these matches, or Dusty Rhodes in a similar type match or whatever, but his like bull rope, I don't want to see it. Those guys was masters at it. They was so good at it. They made these matches special. Goodness sake. Well, Statlander looking pretty good. I'm talking about her build, guys. That's what I'm talking about. She's looking pretty good. All right, Raymond All right, Raymond says the original Spider-Man cartoon. Yes, that was good. That was a good one. Okay, clothesline from Chris Statlander. Nice clothesline, like lariat from Chris Statlander. Dragging her. Oh, she's trying to drag her around all four corners already. Yeah, they just call them strap matches now. It used to be Indian strap match, but they just going to call it strap match. And I can understand why they're doing that. Goodness sake. Yeah, but appreciate everybody coming in here, guys. All right. Chris is coming out to Tekla outside the ring. And Tekla, man, wow. Woo! Using that very effective. All right, Mag says, greetings, Brother Ray. Oh, Tekla, but she just now ate up. She just used her forehead to eat up that doggone turnbuckle. Oh, snap. I didn't see it, Raymond. NXT yesterday. I don't know who got attacked. I mean, I don't know who didn't get attacked. Thanks, Ray. We got to go back and watch that. Definitely got to go back and watch that. All right, Ray says, greetings, Brother Mag. Oh, gosh, what a boot from Chris Statlander. So far, pretty good match. I'm enjoying it. All right, Alma says, remember the razor strap? Now that will leave marks on you. Oh, there's no doubt. I don't know, man. I love beautiful women. I don't want to see them strapped. I don't want to see a whole bunch of straps on. I don't want to see them striked up like that. With So I'm a little squeamish when it comes to these type of matches. A little bit. And I don't know if us men, I don't know if us guys supposed to look at it like that, but I know a lot of us do. A lot of us do. So I'm just gonna be straight up with that. All right, let's see. AEW is about to been in week 206 of not getting a consistent million guarantee. It also TNA rating is going up. They've been beating Trashmite at the end of the year at this rate. Wow. Yeah, that would be bad. That would be horrible if they do. That would be horrible if that happens, Marcus. A lot of people hated Raw yesterday. As far as podcasters out there, a lot of podcasters was down in Raw like crazy. It was not that bad, guys. I can tell you that. Me and Chris, we didn't think it was that bad. It was not that bad yesterday. And usually I'm a big-time critic, so if I say it wasn't bad, it wasn't bad. I just think that's one thing I've learned about wrestling fans over the last 4.5 years. It's like they'll take something that's small and they'll turn it into a molehill. They'll blow it up. They will blow it up when it's not that. And sometimes, I have to, when I don't watch a show and then I listen to it, I listen to a podcast or listen to a whole bunch of people, and I'm like, okay, and then I might turn it on and see some things that don't like and then turn it off real quick. But, got to stop doing that. Jason Michael's in the building. What's up, Jason Michael? Glad that you came up. Sup, Harry? This show sucks. Yeah. Jason, are you talking about Dynamite, man? It's yeah, it hasn't been that good tonight. It really hasn't, man. Let's see. Alma says Chris is bleeding now. Wow, that's one thing I did not want to see. That's the reason why I just didn't want them to have the strap match. Sometimes you have to look and you have to, and that's one thing I don't think Tony Khan does, and WWE sometimes, man, they don't know when to stop producing. Don't overproduce the show. This right here was not called for. They could have just had a regular match between the two and came up with some stipulation or whatever. Whoever wins this match, like Tekla, you don't get another chance for another 3 months or 6 months at a shot at the title, no matter who has the title. If you lose this match, they could have came up with something like that, and it still would have been intense. But they just had to do this, and that's crazy. All right, Max says some people in New York pay good money to see women with straps. I know, man. I know. All right, Jason says, what is Tekla's gimmick? I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure because, I saw when she first came to AEW, but haven't been following her that much. I'm sure Mag or somebody can give us more insight. Will Rally Sport, Marcus, somebody. Harry and S Straight Up Wrestling family, I'm signing off now. Y'all have a great night. Trash and Mike was horrible like always. You have a great night too, Marcus. Have a really good night, man. All right, my man Jason Michael says, yeah, that made me really mad. Ciampa loss made no sense. And what head scratch? I will do more with Mark Briscoe other than chase Kyle Fletcher. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Jason said Kyle Fletcher should be going after MJF. Yes, he should. Yes, he should. I that really upset me. That really upset me that they took the belt off of Tommaso Ciampa that quick. It's like, okay, Tony Khan, you signed him so he can up your numbers, so he can pretty much get your numbers up. And believe me, that's the only reason that they jumped up to that 654,000. The numbers jumped like that, over 100,000 for them, way over 100,000, 150,000, and that's because of Ciampa. And he helped them for 2 weeks. He helped their ratings out for 2 weeks, and now they did that. And I understand. I know you want to take Kyle Fletcher over there to his home country as a champion, but you didn't have to do it that way. I know Ciampa hated. I really do. All right, my man. Mag says later, Marcus. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Statlander is bleeding profusely, man. She's pouring. Harry, in your ideas, what would you do with Mark Briscoe? Man, look, I love Mark Briscoe. I would love to tell you the truth. One thing I did see, now when Mark first came, I was hoping that they put him with Jay Lethal. I think that would have been a great tag team. But Ciampa, I saw something with Ciampa. I'm like, these two are wrestling, but I would love for Mark Briscoe to wrestle with Ciampa. Mark Briscoe is just this tag team type of dude. He's a tag team specialist, kind of like Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson was a tag team specialist. Ricky Steamboat was a tag team specialist. Some guys, Larry Zbyszko, some guys was just better with tag teams, man. They was just incredible tag team wrestlers. And whoever they teamed up with, they elevated them. One thing about it, Mark Briscoe, who's a great tag team wrestler, he can elevate a lot of different people. And anybody that team up with him is going to elevate him too. But to get the best out of Mark Briscoe, I think you need to have him in a tag team. I think you need to have him in a tag team. But as far as the title, that TNT strap, if you want to use Mark Briscoe as a singles competitor, it is good to put that on him. But he needs to hold that belt in succession for like 8 months or whatever, 6 to 8 months. Give him an 8-month run. And that would be very strong. And it comes out to like Arn Anderson with the NWA television title or something like that, or Tully Blanchard with it, or Steve Austin when they had that WCW, NWA, WCW U.S. title, and not the U.S. title, but the television title, and they had it for a long time because Mark Briscoe does look good with that title, but still you can make him out as a special singles wrestler, but everybody knows that he's great, that he's better in tag teams, but he's just a better wrestler as a tag team specialist, man, as a tag team champion. And yeah, I would love to have him in a great tag team with somebody, because to me, he's the best tag team wrestler. I'm not putting out FTR, Young Bucks, or none of those other guys or whatever that's in tag teams there, but he's the better tag team wrestler. You put him with somebody, man, that's going to compliment him, you're going to have something special. So that's what I would do. That's definitely what I would do, Jason. Wow. Wow. This has been pretty good, guys, to tell you the truth. Jason, and that Orange Cassidy tag team match tonight was bland. Yes, it was. Had no effort. Death Riders feud with Garcia again. Yeah, that was not that good. All right, my man Jason Michael says, sup, Matt? Wow, nice. Chris is looking good here, guys. Jason Michael says, hey, Alma Clark. Tony Khan look at Jay Lethal like he's a Ring of Honor lifer, nothing more, nothing less. Exactly. That's true. That's true. All right, Jason said, Harry, would you scrap the open, what the heck? The ops group and we'll repackage Lance Archer. He can be something. Yes, Lance Archer, from the whole time we've been doing a straight up wrestling show for over 4 years, 4.5 years, Lance Archer should have, man, I mean, even to this day. Now, Lance Archer should have had a couple championship runs already. He should have been at least world champion, at least almost, maybe 2 times. Maybe one short run for 3 months and maybe one long run from anywhere from 9 months to a year, 12 months. A year and maybe 3 months between 2 title reigns. He should have been the world champion. Lance Archer he's very athletic, big, athletic, can do a lot in that ring, man. And yeah, he's special. You can definitely do something with him, and you can put him with, he always comes out with a manager, with somebody, man, that's going to really help carry him as far as in the promos and everything like that. But yeah, Tony Khan dropped the ball a while back on Lance Archer, man, and it sucks. It really does. I hate it. Lance Archer deserves a lot better than that. This is not bad. This is not bad at all. Jason said, Don Callis, nonsense needs to be canceled. Yeah, exactly. There's too many people in that group, too. Don Callis needs to go back to New Japan. Josh Alexander needs to be a Dean Malenko. That's true. That's true. I can see that. What in the world? Come on now. Boom! Gosh. Man, I will have 3 stars if it wasn't for the interference on this. This has been pretty good. That interference, it hurts it. Chris is pretty good, Jason. Yeah, Chris is in a meeting right now but he should be about home by now. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Jason says, "How Chris Harry, guys? I'm gonna keep it at that. I had it at 2.7. I'm gonna keep it at that 2.5 stars, Mag. I would like to hear your score. I'd like to hear Alma, Christine, Jason, what you guys think about this match? It's close to 3 stars, guys. God almighty. Wow. Wait a minute. Isn't Tekla from Australia? That's why they did this. Isn't she from Australia? I think she is. That's why she got the title. And Tony, you're making a mistake. That's why he gave the title to Cal Fletcher, and that's why he's giving it to Tekla. God. This is messed up. Statlander should have held on to that belt. Matt says Jason's greeting Jason. That was a pretty decent match, man. But gosh, Alma said she spit in her face. Nasty, yeah. Wow, that was messed up, guys. Okay. Let's see who is. King Omar, dude has a tramp stamp. Not happening. Yeah, that is messed up. That is messed up. Jason said no comparison, but Archer can be the taker if booked right. Exactly. When I first saw him, I saw greatness, man. I'm like, man, this dude is outstanding. Very good wrestler. And Tony Khan has made him basically just be just this big man walking around that loses. That's all it is to it. Jason said Hook needs to go to training school. Yeah. It's like this dude peaked real early and he stayed the same. He have not changed, man. I don't understand. Don't understand that. Mm-hmm. All right, Ray says 2.5 stars. I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Ray. Mag says, wow, Tekla won. Exactly. Yeah, Alma says 2.7 stars. Yep, that's what I gave it, Alma, so 2.5. Spider Lady spit in her face. Other than that, B90. Yeah, Mag gives it 2.5 stars to 3 stars. Yeah, Mag, I was close to it. I said 2.5. I stopped at 2.7. Like I said, it should have been a 3-star show. 3-star match, and I think it would have got there if it wasn't for the interference. The interference was uncalled for. To be honest with you, it really wasn't. I guess they had to make Tekla look like she couldn't do it by herself, but she could have. You know, they could have did that and went ahead and pretty much moved her forward. But, you know, I guess Tony really don't know how to do that, man. Don't know how to do that without having interference come in. Harry, you know, if it was me and they spit in my face, match will become real. I hear you, Ray. I hear you. Don't blame me on that either, my brother. All right, King Omar says, Archer was a beast in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Then Moxley happened. Yep. But yeah, Lance Archer, yeah, he definitely was a beast over New Japan Pro Wrestling. My partner, Christopher Burton, that's what because Chris used to watch. He watched New Japan all the time. He loved it. Loved them, and that's all he talked about was Lance Archer over there in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But man, I'm like, wow, this guy, he's incredible, man. And the sad thing about it is he's one of the best in pro wrestling. I'm talking about he's in that top 12, top 15, you know, and I'm not putting him at number 12. I'm saying he's in the top 12, the top 15 wrestlers in the world, and that's AEW, WWE, New Japan Pro Wrestling, MLW, NWA Power, TNA. Whatever the case, if you want to go and look at the indies, you want to add everybody in together. This Lance Archer is one of the best that I've seen. And me and Chris, like I say, we've been to a lot. We've seen a lot of indie wrestling, been to a lot of different shows. But this guy's one of the best. Lance Archer, one of the most talented guys that I've seen out here in the industry. It's not just that. It's just he represents wrestling. He's a real wrestler, man. He's a true big guy, but he's a true big guy with skill. Straight up. My man King Omar says, should have gone over Mox at Wrestle Kingdom. Should have made him a star. Exactly. That tramp stamp, though. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I don't know why in the world. I don't know why. Man, and let me not say. I ain't even going to speculate. I'm not even going to say. Because a guy with that, you know, hey. Just like, you know, hey, there's guys, man, that's doing, you know, hey, that does straight porn that have that crap, man. You know, it's just like, you know, you have to, I don't care if they doing that. Like I say, you question it. You have to question it when a man has a tramp stamp. All right, Jason said, Harry, you hear Dean Malenko's daughter is wrestling now? No, I did not. Man. I'm about to look into that. Thanks for hitting me up with that, Jason. I have to look into that. All right, King Omar says, if you look closely, it says love me tender. Oh gosh, wow. Okay. Wow. I don't care if a woman or whoever told you to do that. I still wouldn't do that. Jason said, yep, yeah, no doubt. But yeah, there's man like that. There's man out there who claim to be straight that's doing that. And I'm just like, okay, man. Tender love so tender, holding me close to you. Baby, I surrender. Heck yeah, Jason. Candles. They light the dark. Okay, man. Let me not be singing not the 5 heartbeats. What's on that song? Force MDs, man. Jason cracking up. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in, guys. Hey, if you haven't hit that like button, whatever platform you're on, definitely go ahead and hit that like button so you letting everybody know that the Straight Up Wrestling Show is live and out here kicking it, guys. But yeah, tonight's AEW Dynamite, man, it fell flat. I'm gonna give it 2 stars, man. It just wasn't. And 2.5 is like a C, a D plus C. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2, a D, a little bit over a D. I'm not gonna say D minus. Let's give it a D, guys, and maybe filtering on that D plus. It just wasn't hitting on anything tonight. It should have, they should have carried on the momentum that Tommaso Ciampa have given this company. Tommaso Ciampa has came in and gave the company, juiced it up, man, gassed it up a little bit. But Tony Khan, man, he pretty much it's like he put water in the gas, guys. He put water in the tank, and he's sinking it. He's sinking it, and the car is stopping as you leaving the gas station and you pull out into the road. You go down the road probably a couple hundred yards, and then poop. Hey, it's spitting up. That's what's happening. All right. My man Jason said, Harry, anything goes tomorrow. Yes, sir. I will be on tomorrow. Jason, I'm going to be on in different times. I am going over a friend's house tomorrow and help out with some, pretty much with some of their furniture, new furniture they got. I will do that a little bit, but tomorrow I will be on tomorrow at a few different times tomorrow. So definitely check me out. D minus, yeah, Jason, that's what I'm looking at that too. I'm trying to be nice and say they deserve a little bit over a D, but it is basically a D minus. It just was a 2-star show and basically, like a 1.5, 2-star shows. It just was not that good. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Mag. 2 stars and 2.5, and like you saying that 2.5, we're being kind of generous a little bit. But yeah, I'll roll with that. Jason said, "Don't be shocked. Chris leave next, Harry." Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked, Jason. I would not be shocked at all. All right, King Omar says David Ortonga, JBL. Let's see, Sabu, Viseria, Road Warrior, Hulk, Omega, and Rollins were on a down low. Wow, man, wow. I'm not shocked. To tell you the truth, especially with David Ortonga, JBL, wow, Sabu, I'm not shocked with him either. Viseria, I'm not shocked. Hulk, that was kind of weird, man. He was, and look, the only reason I'm gonna say is because even though I love him to death, when they first started, those biker uniforms, man, they did that was kind of weird, and it was Hulk's idea, from what I understand. Omega and Rollins. Oh gosh, Omega, yeah, Kenny Omega. I'm not sure about Kenny Omega either. Seth Rollins, that is he kind of looks weird with Becky, but I'm glad he's with Becky, and the man has a child, so I will give him that. All right, your message is held for review. King Omar said Hulk used to talk about our truck stop trainees. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. That is flat out crazy, but I mean, we don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more wrestlers because I mean, we see it. We see it out here on the indie scene, man. Chris, we see it. And there's some out here that's straight up, what they're about. That's what they are. They straight up about that. And I have more respect for them when they are straight up about who they are. And hey, I'm not one of these people that I still greet them and pretty much dap them up. Maybe give them a little manly hug. Just how we do it, guys. Slap each other, man, and bump them just like I do every other wrestler. But I know what their lifestyle is, even though I don't agree with their lifestyle. I'm not gonna put them down for it. As far as in the wrestling arena, I'm definitely not gonna do that. Let's see. My man Jason said, "Laugh out loud, Harry. When I watched Crush Groove and I heard that Tender Love, I was too young. Watch Ed Shelley get her love on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You mean Sheila E? Yeah, I mean Sheila E. Yeah, you said Sheila E. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. All right, but man, King Omar says apartment wrestling is real. Look it up. Yeah, I know King Omar. Yeah, it's been for a long time. Yeah, Jason said, Harry, you see my comment Not yet, Bean, but we'll get it. Try using the word corn instead. Yeah, use the word corn, to pretty much block that out. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Hog used to talk about our truck stop trainees. Apartment wrestling is real. Harry, you see my comment? Yeah, I saw it. But that's kind of funny. Mag says used to try. Yeah. Good grief, Mag, laugh out loud. Yeah. So, but yeah, most definitely do that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he did. Rollins used to do soft corn. Yeah. Even in the adult industry, they use that a lot. But wow, man, that is flat out crazy. But man, good night, Jason. Have a good night, man. Appreciate it. All right, see you tomorrow. Yeah, I probably will be on at 8. If I'm not on at 8, it'll be a little bit after that. But yeah, definitely see you tomorrow. See everybody tomorrow. Appreciate Magnum coming in, Jason coming in, King Omar coming in. I appreciate Alma Clark coming in. I appreciate Christine Saucy Girl, my man Lucas coming through here. Appreciate Ray Underwood coming through. Let's see, and I'm pretty sure there was other people come through. If I didn't get your name, guys, sorry about that. Let's see, Will Rally Sport came through. I did get him. Okay, like I say, Alma Clark, Christine Saucy Girl. Let's see who else come in here. And everybody else who came in here. If I didn't get your name, hey, my man Richard, happy birthday once again to my man Richard Hood, who came in tonight. It was his birthday yesterday, but hey, we all wished him a happy birthday. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate everybody coming through, man. Rocking with Straight Up Wrestling Show. Tonight was okay, man. It was wrestling, man. That's all it is to it. It was wrestling. We love it. We wanted to get better, and basically, let's just say we're all in this thing together, and we want a better product. But hey, man, that's the way it goes. But yeah, good night, Jason, and good night to everybody, man. Good night to Mag and all my other people, guys. Appreciate you guys 100%. Come in rocking with Straight Up Wrestling Show. Mag says everybody have a great night. Everybody have a great night. Most definitely stay straight up. Peace.